Studies at Stanford University in Berlin. Professor, why do you think Poland is asking for these reparations now, and how did it come up with this sum of $1.3 trillion?
Well, the reason why they come up with it now is the political calendar. Poland will have parliamentary elections next year, and the current government is massively under pressure because people in the country aren't happy with what it's doing. It isolated itself in the European Union with everything it has done to rewrite the constitution and dismantle democracy and some basic principles that the European Union expects from its members. This is why the European Union froze funds that are dedicated to rebuild the economy. And so it's also financially very much under pressure. Also, as the country that gives home to refugees from Ukraine in a spectacular manner. So they do a great job, but at the same time, they do support. So what they now do is to instrumentalize anti-German sentiments to create a wave that a populist government can surf on.
Poland says the process would be long and difficult, but is it even realistic to expect that Germany would pay this or even negotiate over this?
Well, we have to distinguish this very sensitive case. It is a great piece of work to remind the Germans of their responsibility and what historically has happened. So as an historical analysis, these 3 volumes that are sent to German politicians in the next days do a great deal to inform each other what our common shared history is and how great the German responsibility is from a moral point of view. Legally speaking, the file is closed, and that's the official position of the German government. But given that it is such an emotional subject and the country is divided between liberal, cosmopolitan people living in the city and not so well-educated rural people who are much more conservative and who can be dressed in some sort of anti-German sentiment, this is just an domestic political maneuver that doesn't lead to anything practical. But they certainly will keep it an open discussion until elections next year.
But what does this potentially mean for relations between Poland and Germany?
Well, they are already not as good as everyone would hope them to be. European integration is based on reconciliation, that we end the tensions of the past and the nationalist history, and we came a great way with reconciliation between Germany and France. And both countries know a lot about each other, exchanged youth programs and a lot of other things. And that is a great success story. We are not as close with Poland as one would wish in comparison with France. And instead of reaching out and trying to understand each other, Poland is now instrumentalizing these feelings to blame the European Union, to be a puppet of the German government because Ursula von der Leyen is by nationality German. And all of this is some sort of a fake news campaign that doesn't help to stabilize the relations in times in which the West should stand united.
All right, Professor Ulrich Brueckner joining us from Berlin. Thank you for your time.